Good morning to you, Dr. Chabert. So how exactly do these COVID detection dogs work?
Well, good morning to you, Joe. They actually basically sniff out people who are infected with COVID, and when they find someone that is infected with COVID, they will just sit and stare. So we actually train them to sit and stare in front of this smell, and they just do that by screening people or clothes or sweat sample or even mask.
So you trialled this at Adelaide Airport. How did that go?
So at Adelaide Airport, it went very well. Actually, we could see that the dogs were very reliable. But at Adelaide Airport, we were using sweat samples. We were asking people to give a sweat sample, and then we were putting the sweat sample in a device, and the dog was sniffing all the devices and then giving us the response. So the problem there, it was a bit slow because we actually had to stop, ask someone to give a sweat sample. It takes 2 minutes to give the sweat sample. And so we decided to actually speed up the process and to have the dogs screening people directly. That's what we've been training the dogs to do. And now the dogs are ready for deployment.
So once you have the sweat sample, how long does the test result take?
Oh, I don't know if you've seen just a dog who was sniffing people and sat in front of the little girl who was positive. It's just a few seconds.
Yeah, okay.
That's the beauty of this test, is extremely fast.
And how reliable is it?
So when we did it in controlled settings, so that's in an environment where everything is controlled, the dogs were extremely reliable, more than 95% reliable, very accurate. They are very sensitive, especially at the very early stage of the disease. We've got positive results from dogs before the PCR sometimes. And then they are very good during the whole infectious stage, and then the accuracy drops. So they've got more difficulty to give you an indication that you were positive. So as soon as you actually stop being actively shedding the virus, their reliability is decreasing, which is good actually to have a tool that is picking up very early stage of infection and when people are infectious, and then stop telling you when you are not infectious is actually a pretty good tool.
What other settings could these dogs possibly be used in?
This is really open. They can be used in almost anywhere. Can be aged care facilities, can be medical settings, can be screening station, can be an airport. They really can work anywhere. The only thing where I'm a bit doubtful is going to be in concerts or things like that, because we really need a lineup and we need to have enough space between each person for the dog to be able to tell us which person exactly is positive. Otherwise, the odor, what we call the plume around the person is a bit too big.
You've spent most of your career working in Africa and in the Middle East on emerging infectious diseases. What have you learnt from that time about this current pandemic and the best way to kind of stop the spread? What are the most important points here?
Yes, thank you for this question. I've worked all my life on emerging infectious disease and an outbreak. So I know that to stop any outbreak, you need a fast, rapid and reliable screening tool. Our problem, and I realize that since the very beginning of the COVID pandemic, is that PCR are very reliable, but they are not very rapid. You always need to have 24 hours or 48 hours, even longer sometimes. So reliable but not rapid. And the antigenic tests are often much quicker, and that's the case now. You can have the result within 15 minutes. But they are not very reliable. So my aim was really to develop a tool that was going to be both rapid and reliable.
Well, Dr. Anne-Lise Chabert, it's great to speak to you about this, and all the best with it. Thank you.
Thank you.